Yeah, MLB Data Warehouse. Where the spreadsheets flow and the takes get spicy. John, Tim, Doc, let's go. Welcome to the warehouse. Stat stack to the ceilings. Exit below's flying. Launch angles got a feeling. Tim in the corner with the prospect report. Reading fan graphs, blurbs like it's soft court sport. Junior and double A, Tim's losing.
Welcome to the warehouse. This is your host, Tim Kanak at Fantasy Ace Ball. No, I can't do
Stop
that.
it there, Tim. Gotta stop.
I'm way too white. All right. We also got John at John PGH. This is podcast number 2 today. John was like, people will never know I changed my shirt. This is the same day, but I just ruined it. So how about that?
I ripped off a 3-mile run. Good pace today. I feel emptied inside. That's what happens.
Is that good or bad?
It's both. You can kind of, when you're a runner, you kind of just eat and feel great, never feel it. But then sometimes you're just like, body's like, stop doing it. But
I cannot run right now. It's way too hot. Hot.
Yeah. It's actually beautiful here for a couple days. But the next song, the next song is going to be like my other favorite type of. Actually, I don't really like rap, but I did at one point. But I want to get an AI. Like a crying 22-year-old emo pop pump singer talking about like how depressed he is because his fantasy team sucks or something like that. Like like that I want to kill myself song anthem. Like, yeah,
but your team shouldn't suck if you listen to this podcast.
Yeah, but it would just be so funny. Can you imagine just like some guy like crying, singing like "I want to be dead because my fantasy team sucks"? And
how about you do like "No Woman, No Cry," like no win, no cry,
reggae,
Marley.
Yeah. We'll see. We got a lot of options these days.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we left off on number 55, Michael King. We are continuing in this tier of 51 to 60. So make sure you watch the first episode. If you don't watch the first episode, you're gonna be like, what did I miss? You missed 55 guys. So you got to go back, watch the first one, then come back to the second one. So 56 is Shota Imanaga. Is it Imanaga or Imanaga? I always thought Imanaga, but then if Imai is Imai, then shouldn't Shota be Imanaga?
Imanaga. That's what I always said.
Eminem. It's like Eminem.
Shota Imanaga.
Okay. So anyway. I am not really trusting him this year. I don't know. Like I have 0 shares coming back from injury. I don't know. Sometimes, and I don't know. Like it's hard to not do this, but like you throw all the Japanese pitchers in a bucket.
Yeah.
And like he just reminds me of Tanaka right now. I'm like Tanaka was awesome for a few years,
my bucket,
and then was terrible.
I'm glad you didn't say.
I had to go back.
I'm glad you didn't say camp. Throw all the Japanese pitchers in a camp.
Yes.
That's bad American history, but yeah, sorry.
No camps. No camps here.
Yeah, just buckets.
Just buckets. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. He reminds me of Tanaka, so I'm kind of done with him. I just don't want to be a part of that Tanaka cliff.
Bro, the whip strat. He is the poster boy. I like him. Velo is back the whole way back to 93 or whatever. It's not like he has it, but he kind of like lost it last year. His fastball really sucked. Gave up a bunch of home runs. Probably will give up more home runs this year, but the fastball looks better. It looks like different. I mean, it's like plus 2 or 3 miles an hour this spring. 102 whip in his rookie year. And then last year where the ERA blew up, still 0.99 whip. How can you not like that? We love whip. So I like him.
Yeah, not for me, but I'm also a Cardinals fan. So like, I just automatically hate all Cubs. So,
they'll give up homers. ERA probably won't be great, but if you like whip, there's an article about it. The whip strat. I don't know if it was my idea. It was one of these things that I like did last year. I was like, hey, we should probably draft for whip more often. We should focus more on that because it's more projectable, more reliable, more sticky. So if you're, the whip projections will be more accurate. So draft a good whip team, and you're more likely to actually get it. And Managa's the guy, but it does almost surely will not come with a great ERA because he's going to give up some dingers. And imagine if the wind is like reverse of last year, and it's bad it was really good for pitchers last year for some reason, and it could flip, and that could be really bad. So
stay away. Yeah, stay away and odd new points. 57 we have Tanner Bybee, and 58 is Shane Bieber. I did not put Bybee and Bieber together on purpose. That was a complete happenstance, unless like I subliminally did it. I would have Bieber much higher, and I had to lower him like 20 spots roughly because he's not healthy. But I would have him much higher if he was entering the year healthy, because he was actually really good coming back last year. So I've always been a Shane Bieber guy. So I think if he's healthy, then I like him more. Like, I don't know when he's coming back yet. Probably he's going to miss at least like a month, I would think. So that kind of sucks.
He came back last year and then fell right back to the IL, and it's just been like several years now of him not being healthy. And then I don't know if there's still people probably have forgotten like 2019 to 2021 when he was an ace. I mean, he was an SP1 for fantasy, and that's far enough in the past where people probably have forgotten about it. But like, still seems like people think that maybe he can get back to that. And 2022, even before these injuries, he had lost velocity, he had lost strikeout rate. Like, he's fine at best if he stays healthy, and I don't think he's going to stay healthy. So I don't see any reason to get into the Bieber market this year.
How about these two guys, Tanner Bybee versus Edward Cabrera? They're almost like vice versa. Like, Cabrera has good stuff, bad command, and then Bybee's like almost the opposite. I mean, like, Bybee's stuff doesn't suck. It's like mediocre. It's like below average to mediocre stuff.
Yeah.
Like Bybee versus Cabrera. I have Bybee ranked ahead of Cabrera, even though I feel like most people are like very high on Cabrera, because Bybee is pitching in a pitcher's park with a defense built for pitchers, like pretty solid D, whereas the Cubs D is a little sketch. You already mentioned the ballpark. He's actually going from a really good pitcher's ballpark in Miami to maybe a not so good pitcher's ballpark in Chicago. So I feel like I'm kind of out on Cabrera. I just don't really like the team context behind him. If he was still in Miami, I would like him a lot more.
A lot of people seem to like him more in Chicago, but yeah, maybe that's not justified. Weird. You said solid D
more wins, but
you said solid D there, and I just can't. Like, it's been a day for my middle school humor to come back. So yeah, solid D for Michael Bybee. Fastball for Bybee was so bad last year. You're right. Like, these are kind of opposite guys. Like, Cabrera's got. Well, we don't have time to get into all of it. Cabrera like throws a changeup. It's the weirdest. It's like not even a changeup. Its main pitch is a changeup. Strange stuff. I don't know. But the command got better last year with Cabrera. But I just don't. I'm with you. Like, I think he's going to be a bad walk rate guy again, with health concerns with him too. Bybee just doesn't have a ceiling. His fastball, like I was starting to say, 5.8% swinging strike rate on the four-seamer last year, 44% strike. Those are so bad. So it's like you can take this both way. Like, glass half empty, glass half full. Fastball can't be that bad again. It wasn't that bad before. It was never good, but it wasn't that bad. So there's like bounce back potential, which will raise everything. Or there's the bad news that just like it's never going to be good and it's never going to take them to the level you kind of want them to be at. But cutter, sweeper are pretty good. I mean, the breaking balls have been really good. So I think the price is fine. It's just another guy that you're just kind of drafting for innings and some strikeouts rather than hoping for anything big.
Yep. And then we got good old Logan Henderson at 59 here. This ranking was built pre-injury because it's literally been less than 24 hours since this injury news has come. I kind of, with my ranking, was building in some injury because if Logan Henderson was healthy, I think he's a top 40, 50 starter. So with this ranking, I was kind of expecting like a 130 inning season. But with him starting the year unhealthy is a little more sketch after ending the year unhealthy. So I'm like, I don't know. I'd probably drop him another 10 or 20 spots when we get in there after this recent news. But I was baking in some injury with this ranking because obviously, like, look at the fScores. His fScores stand out in this grouping here. Like, besides Robbie Stone, he has the best fScores. No, those are Major League fScores.
It was those are Major League fScores. Small sample, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was really good last year. Under one whip, like, really good K- walk. I like Logan Henderson a lot. It's just a matter of, staying healthy.
And look at last year. The problem with Logan Henderson is, first of all, that there is some like boy band singer with the same name. So it's a little bit, when you search for news, you see like all this boy band stuff, which is questionable. Last year on August 8th, after they were messing with him, he came to the majors. Logan Henderson dominated. Brewers sent him right back down. They're like, nah, whatever. We don't want you right now. Finally comes back and is going to finish the year. And then August 8th, Brewers place Logan Henderson on 15-day injured list, retroactive to August 4th with what? Right elbow inflammation. What's the problem right now, Tim? right elbow, something. Yep. So it seems like he's got a bad elbow, and you're probably going to have trouble with that this year. So it's another like red light for me.
Yeah, for sure. I just drafted him like right before the news came out too in TGFBI, so that's fun. But BatX actually likes him still. I don't know if they have an injury baked in yet. 109 innings, 20% K minus walk, 109 whip, 395 ERA. So still solid numbers on BatX, our favorite of the non-MLB Data Warehouse.
Friend of the pod, Derek Carty. We can say that now.
Yeah. Okay, next 10.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, bro.
Oh, yeah.
SP7.
Derek Carty would never have forgotten. No, I'm just joking. Next 10, 61, Shane Baz, who I like even more now after, if you watched the first episode, John put a fancy little chart up that showed home and away splits for all the Rays pitchers. And Shane Baz was phenomenal on the road last year. Yeah, there it is. Look how good he was on the road. Now that I know that, like Shane Baz, man, I like him even more now. So I would
like
Shane Baz.
Big curveball, breaking ball.
Shane Baz over Logan Henderson easy now.
Shane Baz, will never forget. He was a part of the trade that sent Tyler Glasnow to Tampa Bay in exchange for Chris Archer. The first time the Pirates, like in my lifetime, ever made an in-season trade to acquire big league talent, and it went about as bad as it could have. Just disaster.
Yeah. So that was one of the worst trades ever.
Yeah, but Pirate fans finally got what they asked for, and like, there you go. They got it good and hard.
Yeah, don't trade anymore. 62, Sandy Alcantara or Alcantara? I always said Alcantara.
Announcers say Alcantara. It's like
Alcantara.
Like quick, accent Alcantara. On the second syllable.
Gonna have like a Alcantara.
Yeah, like you could do that. We could be like that, like all the people that just get the accent whenever they start. They just say like Nicaragua, but they'll say like Nicaragua. I can't even do it.
Yeah,
like
Nicaragua.
We use
How about Cutter?
American.
Cutter.
Yeah, Cutter, right. Yeah.
Cutter.
Yeah, no idea.
All right. So anyway, 62, Sandy Alcantara. fScores don't really like him. Obviously, the dude can pitch a lot of innings. He did not bounce fully back last year after Tommy John. Will he ever? I'm not really sure.
Did eventually. He looked like himself in the last couple of months, which helps. But yeah,
I feel like he was kind of overrated even when he was good, though. True. I feel like he was a worse version of what Logan Webb is now. Back then. Yep. So what, like his ceiling is maybe like what Framber can do right now. Like I feel like his new ceiling after Tommy John is basically Framber, right?
Did he win a Cy Young ever? Didn't he almost or something? He had one big year.
Yeah, he had one really good year. I don't know if he did though.
He did.
The only reason he struck a bunch of guys out is because he pitched like 220 innings.
Yeah.
Like his K per 9 has always been kind of low.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was like heavy sinker, ground balls. I think it could be that guy again. Maybe not the whole way back, but looked, he was really unlucky at the beginning, and then kind of looked like himself. And the numbers didn't get corrected; they still looked pretty bad at the end of the year. But he looked, look at the last couple months, last 3 months, really, he's pretty solid, serviceable. So if you're in a points league, like he's pretty nice value to me.
If he's traded at the deadline, though, then kind of depending on where he goes, that may affect his value. So you got to keep that in mind.
Could be good, could be bad, I guess.
If he goes to the Yankees, then probably bad, because apparently there was Yankees Marlins talks. 63, Shane McClanahan. Like him coming back in the correct stadium, like him throwing hard. I think his velocity was up from his last outing. But I don't know. I'm like, it's hard for me to be in on McClanahan at this point. I was so in on him last year going into the year. I was like, he's back. McClanahan was a top 10 pitcher, blah, blah, and you get destroyed. So now I'm like, definitely have like that thing in you where you're like, okay, this fool me once, haha, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Right?
Shout out Dr. Dave, the most confident injury prognosticator on X. I like the guy, not throwing shade. And I retweeted this. Retweets are endorsements. Okay. John PGH retweets are absolutely endorsements. Dave says McClanahan will never be the same guy he used to be. He can't after 2 major arm surgeries. No one has been. You're hoping he's still kind of good and stays somewhat healthy at this point. I cannot disagree. I don't think. I mean, the McClanahan is so cheap that you could argue that it's worth a shot, but I'm more on the side like that. Again, it doesn't look good in spring, but you wouldn't really expect him to be really going for it anyway. So you don't really know, but it's just like, I don't know what you don't have. You certainly don't have like 2022 Shane McClanahan coming back. I don't think there's any chance of that. So just let someone else do it.
The optimistic way to look at it is that if he was going to be with any org you'd want to do with the Rays, because they have figured out how to make it work for Drew Rasmussen coming off of 2 Tommy Johns. So, I mean, I guess he's in the right org for it, but like definitely risky. Way more risky than Reagan's. I mean, Reagan's has had 2 surgeries, but they're like back to back. Like one was like a failed surgery. So a little bit different. 64, Chris Bubich. Are you in on Bubich? Like I liked him a lot last year. I was a big buyer in Chris Bubich last year, but I feel like right now he's kind of like add value. So I'm not really like so much into him anymore, because I feel like he was super underrated last year. And now he's just like, oh, okay. Like I'll take him if he falls to me in the right place. But like, I just don't see a ton of value with Bubich right now.
It was another injury guy. Like he's one of the scary ones. He's had his big, he's missed a lot of time with injury in the past. And then last year he broke out, but still left a rotator cuff strain in July, and that ended his season. I suppose he's back. What's he doing in spring? The only thing to care about with him in spring is like healthy and pitch counts. So 31-52 so far. Looks six strikeouts, 2 walks. Looks fine, but I don't think like we're not at the point yet in the costs of these guys yet. These are all still like your SB 2, 3, probably not 2, probably 3, 4, 5. Where if you have any like injury questions, just like let someone else do it. There's other options. I don't know, but he was very good before he got hurt and kind of lost his command last year. I just don't think he has the bulk, the volume possibilities.
All right. I kind of like some of these next few guys here. 65, Zebby Matthews, I like for a rebound. 66, Merrill Kelly, I like, even though he's hurt right now. It feels like he's going to be back within a couple starts. He's a vet, very solid. Merrill Kelly's basically done the same thing every year for the last like 3-4 years. So very solid pitcher. Aaron Nola is supposed to be bouncing back because he's an every other year guy, and this is when it's supposed to be a Nola good year. So if you are a believer in that, which is like literally he's done it for like 10 years now. So it's like if there's anyone to believe in good year, bad year, Nola like is the guy. This year's supposed to be a good one. So I guess, we look for that. But what do you think about these guys?
Nola's last good year wasn't that good. 3.57 ERA, 1.2 WHIP. I mean, that's good for, that's a major league pitcher, obviously, but hasn't had a strikeout rate over 25% in the last 3 years. And he's got a 1.2 WHIP in 2024. Even if we throw out last year, like the bounce back season still wouldn't be that great. And he went down to 94 major league innings last year. So even like the workhorse thing is kind of out the window as well. So I don't really see a point in taking Nola this year. Merrill Kelly, I got good news on him. Zebby, big velo, strikeout ability. Just like he has no way to attack lefties. He's one of these guys, tons of fly balls. These Twins just like love these pitchers, or maybe it's coincidence, or that like they've got good fastballs, but it gets hit in the air so much that they give up home runs, and you just can't post a good ERA with a high home run rate. So I think there's whip upside and strikeout upside for Zebby, and that like I definitely want some shares at the cost. And I think there's pretty solid upside. Maybe he just lucks into like a 12% home run to fly ball rate or something like that. Has a big season, but I'm kind of getting less and less of a believer in Zebby as time goes by. But yeah, he'd be my favorite of this image here. I think, well, maybe Boz. I'd take some Boz and some Zebby from this group of 10. Zach Gallen, what about him?
I like Gallen.
He never had the ceiling, but he's not as bad as he was last year.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to bounce back. He had a 4.24 SIERA against a 4.83 ERA. He's actually had a really good spring, man. 38.5 K minus walk, 0. I mean, it's only 4 innings or whatever, but 0 walks so far. So he's looking pretty sharp so far early in the season. And he's probably very disappointed because he didn't get a payday. He had to come back on like a crappy contract to the Diamondbacks. So I'm assuming that he's like really like this. He's like, man, I got to get paid. I got to make this work. So I feel like talk about motivation. Like I know you're like, I don't know about pitchers in the last podcast. I don't know how much contract really matters. But like Gallen and Flaherty are both 2 guys who like had to take a 1-year deal. You know what I mean? And I feel like that like when they get sucked into that, and then they see these other guys getting like 7-year deals, like Ceased 7 years, 200 million, whatever. Like they're not gonna get that, but they could, and they're both young enough. They're both gonna be 30. They could get like a 5 or 6 year deal if they have a good year this year. They could be looking at like 5 or 6 years for like $140, $150 million. Like that's big. That's life-changing money. So they have every incentive to do the very best they can to like stop doing all the bad things in their life, to get good sleep, to like study, to like just every hobby, every like secondary thing they do, just quit it and focus on pitching. Like Flaherty has been like a players union guy and all this crap. Like, you know how distracting that is, being like players union, like Mr. Union, like, dude, just quit that and focus on your real freaking job and pitch and get a contract. Then after your contract, when you're in the final year, you're age 35, that's when you join the players union. Not when you're freaking 30 playing for a deal.
He wants to give back, you're hating on the guys for unionizing. I think that the problem with his argument, it can't hurt to be in a contract year, right? But the problem with the argument is that like we would have said the same thing about Zach Allen 1 year ago, right? Because he was in a contract year.
Yeah, but he hadn't had the disappointment. Now he's living off the disappointment. Now he's like, oh man, that sucked. I don't want to do that again. Before he's just like, oh, I'm good. I got it, man. Like I'm great. I got it. And now it's like, oh, that sucked. Like, let's not do that again. So
I think he's just a natural bounce back candidate. His ERAs last 4 years, it's on the screen, but if you're just listening, last 4 ERAs from Zach Allen from furthest away to most recent: 2.54, 3.47, 3.65, 4.83. So we're probably going to get a run back on the ERA, and that's a good thing at the price.
Yep. Number 69, famous number 69. Talking about Big D, you got Andrew Painter here. So Andrew Painter, number 69, prospect, trying to bounce back. The breakers all looked good last year in the minors, but the fastball looked terrible compared to what it was pre-Tommy John. His whole career and season is going to be dependent upon if he gets the spin back on the fastball, in my mind. He was still throwing it for high velocity, but he lost the spin. Like, it did not have the same RPM. It did not have the same ride on it that he had pre-surgery. And that's coming from me, who saw him live. I think I saw his first start back or something.
Yeah, I remember that. You said Tim can actually measure the spin, but with his eyes. He doesn't even need technology.
That's why I just drafted Matthew Liberatore after seeing him live yesterday in TGFBI, because I could see the spin.
Yeah, you could see it. You tell the Chaim Bloom is going to hire you to be like his spin reader. I created a whole tab on the Spring 2026 tracker Google Sheet. I've shared it out to subscribers, but I created a whole tab just for this reason, to see Andrew Painter's fastball. It doesn't have spin or the movement metrics, but I just want to know if he's getting whiffs on it. And yeah, he's not at all. It was 32 fastballs and 2 whiffs. Like, not a good sign to me. I'm totally out on Painter. Seems like he's busted.
Kind of like Spencer Strider, but like, he's Spencer Strider before he made the majors. Grayson Rodriguez, number 70. Gray Rod, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being all the way in and 1 being run away in the opposite direction, where are you on Grayson Rodriguez?
I'm not running, I guess. I'm just like someone else will be running less fast than me, and they'll take him before I would
like a 4
consider it. Probably you said 10 is like as fast as you can run away. I'm probably like a 7. Like, I'm not going to have any of them. It's funny. Like, he doesn't have a durability score here or any scores, which anytime you see that, it's like, okay, he hasn't even pitched. So like, after ability 0, there's no scores. We don't even have data to freaking give him fScores. So what's the upside? I mean, seriously, 120 innings and 25% strikeout rate or something. I don't know. It's just been so long since he looked decent at all. So
I mean, McClanahan over Grayson, right? If you have to take one of these guys in 2 years.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like, let these guys go. I mean, you're probably in a league with at least 9 other people. Like, just let someone else have it. You're not going to kick yourself too bad for missing these dudes. So that's next 10. Take. And play DFS, and then you can get in on it for DFS. Like, I'm trying to really, as I pull up this other screenshot, trying to multitask, I'm really trying to get like the DFS thing going again, get people into it. Because if you miss dudes, it's like I don't have shares of some guys I really want, but like, dude, I can play and watch them and have some skin in the game in DFS season. So that's fun. But next 10 here.
And you can play with the rookies without as much exposure to risk.
Absolutely,
I guess. Yeah. 71, Peyton Tolley. 72, Casey Mize. 73, Joe Musgrove. 74, Gavin Williams. 75, Mike Burrows. So it looks like Tolley, just like with Early, not going to make the roster, but he's really freaking good. So it's
curveball or something. Is that right?
Yeah. He's looked amazing this spring. He and Early have both looked really, really good, and Oviedo has not. So, like, I don't know. They're both going to get run. It's like, how many innings? I expect Early to get more innings. I think Early's going to get the first shot. I think Early ends with like 130, 140 innings, something like that. I think I said in the first pod. Tolley will probably get second shot. I feel like Tolley's more like a second half guy. If you're in one of those weird leagues that does like a second half draft, I'd be so in on Tolley because I think that Tolley's probably going to be up like the whole second half and just be dealing. So love Tolley, just not going to get as many innings as he should because the Red Sox are loaded in their rotation.
Yeah, and if anybody in that Red Sox mix has something to work on in AAA, it's him, right? Because they probably want him to expand the pitch mix and work on this curveball, maybe refine the changeup. He's been all four-seamers so far, and it's one of the best four-seamers you'll see. Lefty 97, like 98, 90. It's a sick fastball, but it makes a lot of sense for him to go to AAA for a few months, work on things, refine it. They certainly don't need him right away.
I mean, he worked his way up from the minors all the way, like from the minors all the way to the majors last year, from getting drafted. So
right. That's because you're talking about like minor league hitters, low level that have never seen a fastball like that, and it just doesn't work in the majors. You need more than that. So I mean, it works. Like it could work. It's that good. Like it'll take them a long way, but if they don't need him right away, it makes, like I said, I keep repeating myself, like refine him in AAA, and then we'll see him. But I think Early, like you said, gets the first nod when Oviedo inevitably ends up in the bullpen. I don't know why they just don't do that. Oviedo's like the perfect bullpen guy. No command, big velo, big slider. Like seems like he'll be a sick reliever, but it seems inevitable to us. That's the prediction. We get Oviedo to the bullpen and Early to the rotation, but maybe they'll all fit because pitchers get injured all the time. So.
Yeah, we need our own front office. And, like talking about Tolley, I hear a lot of prospect people comparing Liam Doyle to Peyton Tolley. They're just like, oh, Doyle's like Tolley, but he's better because he throws the ball faster. As a Cardinals fan, I'm a little skeptical. So you like to make fun of me saying, Tim, you just love every Cardinal. But I'll tell you, I feel like I'm a little down on some of the Cardinals pitchers like Durangelo, Sagente, and Liam Doyle because this is the thing that you're not considering. Okay, Doyle throws faster than Tolley. They're both big lefty fastballs, but Tolley is a huge guy. Like he's got like 6 inches on Liam Doyle, which means he also has massive extension on Liam Doyle. That matters. Like you can't just look at the pitch metrics. You can't just look at the velocity and the spin on the pitch. Where's the pitch coming from? That really matters. Like tunnel stuff and extension are things that like it's hard to measure, so a lot of people don't pay attention to it, but it does matter. So like I don't necessarily think that Doyle is a better Peyton Tolley. I think Tolley might be the better player just because he's a bigger dude. He's got more he's got genetics on his side. You can't what is Doyle going to do? Wear 5-inch shoes when he's out there pitching?
Yeah, Tolley looks like a 40-year-old man. He's not someone I'd mess with.
He's fun. Did you see the video? I think Doc sent it to us, right? Where he did that video he's it did a presentation on America or something like that.
No.
That's funny.
You gotta watch it. Okay.
Yeah, you'll have to go watch it. Anyway, Joe Musgrove, I kind of like bouncing back. Musgrove's always been a very solid starter, even when he was on Pittsburgh. Even when he was on the Astros, I kind of liked him. But when he's on Pittsburgh, he was still like a top 40 starter. Never really broke out as an ace until he got to the Padres. He's from San Diego, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Coming back from Tommy John, he's fully healthy. So I kind of expect Musgrove to be solid. I don't necessarily think he's going to be like a top 20 starter again, but top 40, 50 starter, probably I would not be opposed to that. Sign me up on Musgrove, I think.
Because Tommy John was a full year and a half ago. It was fall 2024. So it's he's fully back. He would have been good to go months ago. So just a little old. He's old for Tommy John. I don't know if there's decent research on that.
It was Garrett Cole, and Garrett Cole looks fire right now.
Really? I haven't. Yeah. It's on the screen. Musgrove was never a great strikeout guy, mid-20s, but good command, good deception, good size, whatever. So he's put up some good numbers. I think it's fine. The price isn't crazy enough to where it will be it'll ruin your season if doesn't have the command or something like that, but not much upside with Musgrove. There never has been. And he's probably not going to be quite himself after the Tommy John, but
yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the upside of Grayson Rodriguez or McClanahan, but I think maybe has a higher floor. Definitely a higher floor than Grayson Rodriguez, which could be nothing.
Oh yeah. No doubt. Yeah.
74, Gavin Williams, kind of meh. Like Gavin Williams, I liked as a prospect, and he's just never really figured it out.
Story's right there in that red box. What's the red box, Tim?
Yeah, control 87 fScore control.
Yeah, disaster.
Rough.
Yeah.
Yep. Mike Burrows 75. I like Burrows a lot.
Love him.
I liked him with Pittsburgh. Him going to Houston is going to be rough for him a little bit. He'll probably give up more homers, Crawford boxes, and all. But I do like Burrows. I think he's a pretty underrated, solid pitcher you can get late.
I think the Pirates are going to regret that one. I mean, it looked like a smash for the Pirates at the time because the Pirates got the better end of the return for 2026. They got Brandon Lau, Jake Mangum, and Mason Montgomery. Is that his name?
Yeah.
But Brandon Lau's on a 1-year deal, and I kind of don't think the Pirates keep him. So Burrows, a 26-year-old righty, he's flashing this sinker. So quick story with Burrows, mediocre to good fastball, not elite. The velocity is 95, 96. But this changeup was like second to screwball and just like nastiness last year. And so it just kind of needed to get something to set up the changeup more. And what do you know? Astros had a plan. They add a sinker. So now this spring he's throwing 24% four seam, 21% sinker, 21% changeup, 20% slider. And that changeup is so good. If these fastballs can set it up, like I'm trying to get Burrows in pretty much every league, even like a 10-teamer, man. Like he might be creeping up into my top 60 or something like that. I'm pretty excited about him in Houston.
Yeah, he's like to me, I feel like he's he's going to be like a good number 3 pitcher for a long time.
Yeah.
And they basically got him for not much. So
he was like a top prospect 2021-ish, right? 2020, 2021. Like he had some injuries and stuff, but he was a big prospect name.
Well, the thing is that the Pirates traded from depth. They've got a ton of starters, right? You still got Barco, you got Ashcraft, like not even talking about Bubba Chandler and obviously you've got Skeens in the top end, but like you still got Barco, Ashcraft, you still got Seth Hernandez. So it's like you're trading from strength.
Can't have enough, man. Can you have enough starting pitching?
No, you can't. Like you almost wish that they would have got more. And I feel like Burrows, just based on his profiling, that's almost the guy you want to keep because he's not going to cost you a ton of money long term. Like that's the guy you can actually keep. That's the guy that the Pirates probably could have actually re-signed, unlike Skeens and Bubba Chandler, who are going to make so much money. Like they're just going to be Garrett Cole 2.0 and 3.0. And it's like Burrows is probably the guy they could have actually kept because he's going to be like, number 3. Like he's not going to be an ace level guy.
Yeah, I wish I could know what those trade talks were like. Like were the Astros, were they targeting him or were they just going after somebody? And like were the Red Sox targeting Oviedo or was it like just give us somebody for depth? I don't know, but big Burrows fan.
Yep. 76, Andrew Abbott with the Reds. I'm not a huge Abbott guy. I'm like probably the lowest on Andrew Abbott. I just don't really like him too much. See the stuff, 96, kind of like blah. 77, Ryan Weathers going to New York. Doc loves Ryan Weathers. I like Ryan Weathers. I think, New York's maybe not the best place for him. He does give up home runs. So I am slightly concerned about him in New York. There's the whole thing about his dad pitching in New York. So like, I guess it worked for Cody Bellinger. So maybe it works for Ryan Weathers having like the dad New Yorker Yankee kind of thing going on. But what do you guys think about these two guys?
We'd like a whole week talking about Andrew Abbott. There's an article with like his picture on it back in a few weeks ago. He's super interesting. The Bad X is at a 4.39 ERA. Like he probably looks at these. Dude has like a 3.0 career ERA now. He's like 3 seasons in, and the projections are just going to keep spitting out ERAs over 4 because K- walk isn't great, and the fly ball
lefty
stuff
Kyle
great.
Hendricks, man.
Yeah, it's strange, but he
is.
I mean, how many years does he have to do it before you start believing he's just he's the Sierra beater? But I guess you don't need to. He's the opening day starter now. Hunter Green is on the shelf, so he's going to get volume and work. But
this is the thing. Is he Kyle Hendricks or is he Tyler Anderson? Because Tyler Anderson also did that for a couple of years and then got smoked and turned into a 5 guy 1 year. So is he Kyle Hendricks and he's just going to get away with it for 10 years? Or is he going to just turn into Tyler Anderson and turn into trash?
Yeah, his command his walk rates aren't elite like Kyle Hendricks was in his prime, but I don't know. Somehow he just keeps the ball in the yard. I don't know. Ryan Weathers is just the ultimate last round. He probably won't be last round anymore after what we've seen this spring, but he's the ultimate like 25th round pick lottery ticket where it's pretty much all profit. If he's going to end up that cheap, I don't know. Maybe it's going to get pricier and pricier every time he puts up these spring training highlights, but he could be like an SP1-ish. Maybe the home run thing will happen, but Guy's stuff is nasty, lefty, velo. Like, he could have a huge season. But it's another guy that's really hard to imagine him throwing 160 innings because he just hasn't been able to do it, hasn't held up. A lot of injuries. Last year was kind of a mess. I think it was an elbow or shoulder strain. Like, it was really ugly. But Yankees felt good enough about it to make the trade, right? It was a trade for, I don't know, forget, but it was targeted by the Yankees. So big upside. I think for the price, it's a great idea. It's like take a shot late in your draft, see what you get. And the cost isn't prohibitive if you have to cut them, whatever.
There's a bunch of prospects that came back. Yeah. But anyway, Brexton Ashcraft 78. That's a guy that I thought I was going to get a ton of shares of. I was like, man, Ashcraft is an fScore demon. I was like, this guy is a beast. And then everyone's been getting him. So haven't been able to get him at all. So, I mean, like, I don't know. Where are you on Ashcraft as the Pirates fan? Because for me, I thought I was going to get a ton of shares and I have none so far.
People are kind of on to it. The problem is that, like, okay, the good news is last year from in the majors through about 67-ish innings. I don't know what the exact number is. 13.2% swinging strike rate, 33.8% ball rate, 51% ground ball rate. Those are my three inputs into JA ERA, which is just like a more granular version of Sierra, but a 3.29 JA ERA. So it was really good. Like, all of the indicators say that this guy could really break out, and that's what people are picking up on. The problem is a 2% home run to fly ball rate. Gave up 3 home runs. Very lucky in that regard. And also the problem that people might not give credit for or pay enough attention to is that these numbers came in shorter outings. He wasn't making traditional starts where he would warm up for like, okay, I got to throw 90 pitches today. So that stuff can inflate all of these. It can even inflate the fScores, right? Because you're getting more whiffs because you're just going more full out or whatever. So if he's prepping for like 160 innings or at least like 27 starts and he's trying to make 85, 90 pitches per start, I think the nastiness stuff cuts back a little bit. But for the price, I think it's good. It's definitely in the rotation, and it could be PNC Park's a great place to pitch, especially last year. Maybe they'll keep that humidor broken or whatever to play to their roster strength. And it could be a really nice year for Ashcraft. Don't see him as the same ceiling as Weathers, but it seems a lot safer.
Yep. Next is Michael Soroka, who looks like he's going to at least start in the rotation. Kind of up and down year last year, bit of a roller coaster. He had a couple nice stretches as a starter, had some blow-ups, and then second half spent a lot of time in the pen. So keep that in mind. Like the guy has never really pitched a full gamut. Had a lot of injury issues when he was back with the Braves. So keep that in mind. But, I don't know. I think you'll at least get some strikeouts with him. And there's at least some upside there, unlike some of the guys further down. Jonah Togg, number 80. Kind of the other side of Tolley here. Like, Tolley has more upside, I would say. I guess they're both like technically SP7 on their respective teams. It's just like which one is going to get the chance first, I guess. I think Tong is going to be way better when he gets to the majors this year than he was last year. I mean, like, he can't really do much worse. So, like, yeah. I think he's going to be much better. He definitely has stuff he needs to work on, so it's probably good for him to go to AAA for a little bit. But, like, obviously he destroyed the minors last year. So, like, there's obvious skill there that I think can translate to the majors. But with the way he pitches, like, it really has to work. And he's got to get some stuff that moves east and west. He can't have everything just moving up and down.
Yeah, we talked a lot about him on the SP redraft pitching prospects a few months ago. So scroll back or read that article. I think I've said enough. He's going to AAA, so you don't really even have to worry about drafting him, but I wasn't drafting him anyway. I don't think the fastball will work against major leaguers, but I could be very wrong. We'll see.
Yeah, next 10. We got Troy Melton at 81.
He's gone. 60-day IL. He's 60-day IL today, unless there's a different.
Did he? Yeah. Oh, that's sad, man. I was like, man, this guy's he's gonna move from the pen to the rotation. That's sad. Okay, so scratch that.
Let me make sure on that. Yeah, 60-day injured list. So.
Oh, that's sad. I like Troy Melton a lot too. 82, Sean Manaea. Looks like he's gonna make the rotation for the Mets. He was pretty solid last year, even though he gave up a ton. I think he had a ton of home runs that he gave up last year. Besides that, he was actually pretty good. And the year before, he was really good. So, like, last year, a 3.07 Sierra against a 5.64 ERA. That's why I'm getting like Sean Manaea shares where I can. And in 2024, he was good, 3.47 ERA. I don't think he's really, really good, but I think he's solid. I think he's better than he was last year. and he's probably worse than he was in 2024. So if you go somewhere in between 2024 and 2025, Manaea, I think that's the real Sean Manaea.
It's a pretty easy prediction to make that he'll be between a 3.47 and a 5.64.
Well, I mean, like literally, like right down the middle. I think he's okay. So I think he's a 4 ERA guy with a 1.18 WHIP, and he's going to get strikeouts.
I've given up trying to predict Sean Manaea. That guy is so weird. Hate him.
Oh, come on. Well, I guess he used to have good hair. He got rid of his hair, didn't he?
I just hate guys that aren't predictable. Like, they make me look like I'm wrong about them all the time. They can screw off.
All right, 83, Luis Morales. I like Morales. Prospect came up last year with Athletics. Was never really a top 150 guy for me, but he was close, kind of like borderline. Came up and was pretty solid for the Athletics. The Athletics have a very terrible rotation. So Luis Morales has a lot of run, I think, this year, especially for rookie pitchers. So I think Morales is a good name to spec on. Out of all the Athletic pitchers, this is the guy that I would want over any of them. Agreed. So Luis Morales, keep an eye out if you're trying to spec on like an Athletics rotation guy and you're just trying to get someone at the back end of a draft. And
don't sleep on JT Ginn, though. I like him.
Yeah, Morales is better.
Yeah.
84, Shane Smith, White Sox, broke out last year. I don't necessarily think he's that great. I think he's just kind of okay. 85, Ranger Suarez, maybe the most overrated pitcher in baseball, I would say. Certainly maybe the most overpaid now after that contract. Red Sox lose out on getting Bregman and they just go ham the next day on Ranger. I don't think that contract's going to be good for them long term. But what do you got on Ranger? I know you want to say something about that.
I wanted to say something about Shane Smith. People just go right by Shane Smith. I was listening to I didn't listen to much of Eno and Derek on Rates and Barrels this year, but I started to listen to the pitcher previews, and like Shane Smith's not even in the top 150. Like it's absurd. I don't understand. People are just moving right by Shane Smith, but I like him quite a bit. Really good fastball, really good changeup.
Yeah.
What else?
He's okay. I mean, like he should not be an ace. He should be like the third pitcher for any team, not like an ace, a number 3 or number 4 guy. But you know,
be surprised, bro. I don't know. It was like a Rule 5 pick, right? He was forced into the majors.
Yeah, he is a Rule 5.
There's development. So.
Yeah,
Ranger Suarez. There's some report that some team offered him $100 million. Like it must have been 9 years or something like that. I forget what it was, but. Seems absurd.
The Red Sox paid him more than that, dude. Didn't they give him like way more money than that?
Well, I don't know. Not $100 million.
Look it up. Yeah, no, they give him way more. Like they give him a ton of money.
Oh yeah, you're right. 5-year, $130 million.
Yeah. See, like way more money than he's actually worth. So
yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. That was Bregman rage buy is what that was.
Yeah.
86 Ryan Nelson finally like looks okay. Age 28, like people have been talking about Ryan Nelson for like 4 years now. So ended the season very well last year. Solid year last year. Nothing spectacular. Low K rates. So his success like really is dependent upon good command. Do not draft him thinking you're getting a 3 ERA guy. This is a 4 ERA, 120, or 115 whip guy, I think. But he has to have good command to work because his K rates are super low.
62% four-seam usage. What's he doing? I mean, 62% fastball usage, four-seam usage even. Like, it's way too much.
So here's the argument against Stuff Plus, right? Ryan Nelson had a 21.3% K rate and a 9.4% swing strike rate, but a 115 Stuff Plus on the fastball and a 108 Stuff Plus in general.
Preach.
So
he was another guy. It was like the red pill moment for me on Stuff Plus because Ryan Nelson came up and he had this elite Stuff Plus on his fastball and everybody bought into it because he was pretty much an unknown and everyone's like Stuff Plus, cranking it to Stuff Plus, and then he sucked. And what did they do after? They didn't say like, oh yeah, well Stuff Plus might be wrong. They freaking retrained the model to not give him such a high Stuff Plus. They rewrote history. Like it drives me crazy. And it actually probably is the right thing to do. Things change, but it's just like, yeah, you need it. If you have any kind of sample, like just give away the Stuff Plus. And yeah, the hitters just see so much of this fastball. They just sit on it. I mean, it's a good pitch, but it's
62% usage is insane.
Gotta be something else.
Yeah. 87 Bailey Ober coming back. We'll see if Oberzi's got it back. 94
whip sleeper for sure. You get the whip back maybe if he's healthy, but ERA will not be great.
Yep. You know who I really like this year is number 88, Reynaldo Lopez. Reynaldo Lopez is dirt cheap. You can basically get him for free in most leagues, and he was really good before he got hurt. And 2024, 19.5 K minus walk in 135 innings with a 358 SIERA. 2023, he was a reliever, good reliever. He was a good reliever for like 3 years before that. But 2024 is a really good year. He's going to come back and start. Like you already mentioned with Chris Sale in part 1 of this podcast, that the Braves need like every arm on deck to pitch as many innings as possible. Reynaldo Lopez is a part of that. Yeah, he's coming back from injury, but he could easily pitch like 130 or 140 innings this year and be good because he's been good in the last like 4 or 5 years of Raylo.
Yeah, he was buried down. I was like looking at my rankings a little bit after we did the part 1 of this. I had to move him up out. He was at like 120 or something. He's better than that. But that 2024 season, you don't need me to tell you, it's on the screen. He had a 1.99 ERA. That's obviously incredibly lucky. Nobody can do that without luck. Even Paul Skeens, I think you have to say his ERA has been a little bit lucky, like at least, but we'll see. Not the point. But you said his ERA was 3 point something, right?
Yeah, SIERA. 358 SIERA.
So that's fine. If that's his ERA, like you'll take that for this price. But
yeah, just needs to get the velocity back up. 95.5 velocity that year. Out of the pen, he's thrown 98. But this year in spring, I mean, it's only 9 innings, but his average velocity is 92.4 on the fastball. So he is down like 3 ticks, which is not good, but to be hoping that he gets the velocity back.
Yeah. These guys at this point, they're also cheap that it doesn't really matter if you have to drop them. It's fine.
Yep, 89 Rhett Lauder. This is a nice flyer right now, especially with Hunter Green. The news that Hunter Green is going to be out until like July. So Rhett Lauder, nice. It looks like he's going to be in the rotation. Nice flyer to take. He's had good spring. So I'd be buying a ton of Rhett Lauder shares. Like I don't think he's an ace by any means, especially for like a top 5 prospect at one point. But I like him. He's having a good spring. Looks really good.
Got the frowny face ADP. I guess if I did it if I probably should have the ADP thing with the lower picks higher, but in that case it would be a smiley face. But point being, he was going around 440 and then he got more and more later in the draft, like cheaper, and now he's going to probably end up in the top 400 because he's in the rotation.
Yeah, you might be able to get him cheaper too. I think he's deemed because he looks like Mike Clevenger, so people are going to just look at his picture and they're like, oh, that guy looks like Mike Clevenger, I don't want that. I stay away from that. So that might help. Number 90, Brandon Pfaadt. I think we talked about, I think Brandon Pfaadt is going to bounce back a little bit. Like I was talking about, I think the Diamondbacks are a little bit underrated. Like he's definitely, and here's another stuff plus guy, man. Brandon Pfaadt. He's like never been good in the majors despite like having, good stuff and whatever, and good command too at the same time. But the dude had a 5.25 ERA last year and a 4.12 SIERA. So like he has a career 3.97 SIERA. But just keep in mind, his career ERA is also 5.13. So he's always a run over an ERA to SIERA. Why does that happen?
Can't get lefties out.
It's just home runs, man.
Yeah.
Right?
He has nothing against lefties. He's tried stuff, sinkers, stuff. He's got nothing. You got it. So they just stack him. Like, if you're a lefty that can't get righties out, I don't know. They can stack. I guess it's easier to stack right-handed hitters than left-handed hitters, but plenty of teams have 7-8 lefties to put in the lineup when you're on the mound. And I've looked this up. Like, Pfaadt has, every year of his career, he has faced a higher percentage of lefties than almost everybody in the league because they just stack against them. And it seems unlikely that he can figure that out now because it's a 3-year problem. It's nothing new. So if he was going to figure it out, he probably would have by now. That said, like probably not another 5+ ERA coming. That's pretty hard to do. And he's on didn't he get a 5-year contract 2 years ago or something like that? So you could say that they're going to use him. He's going to get innings. So maybe more of a streamer. But if you ever find yourself in a spot where you can stream him against a lineup with like 6 or 7 righties in it, like he could do well in those spots. But I think there's, he hasn't quite been a major leaguer, and that probably won't change too much.
Yeah, worst version of Zebby Matthews, basically. X10.
Yeah.
Get to the top 100.
Are we gonna stop here, or should I take more screenshots?
Oh no, we'll do. Let's go like 2 more. We'll do like 120. We got
All
time.
right.
91. My boy Matthew Liberatore. Moving on up, man. Stock up on this guy. I did the ranking before I saw him live. Now when I saw his new splitter in action. I saw this curve working. He's still only 26 going into this year, so he's still super young. Stock's all in on Liberatore. I'd probably draft him. He's probably like top 60 for me now after watching him. Like that's. I mean, biased eyes. That's what happens when you see guys live and they perform really well in front of you. But I don't know, at least top 70. I'd pick him over some of the guys we talked about in the last year for sure. And then 92, Chad Patrick, kind of underrated too. So Liberatore and Patrick, very underrated NL Central guys. What do you think, John?
Yeah, like Chad Patrick's just like a little bit of Drew Rasmussen to him. Throws four-seamer, sinkers, cutters, just kind of a lot of these fastball-ish pitches that tunnel together well. It doesn't strike a lot of guys out, but fools a lot of guys, gets a lot of weak contact. Definitely going to be throwing innings for the Brewers. That rotation's pretty thin. I like Chad Patrick, could be very good whip. Not going to be a strikeout king or anything like that. Liberatore, I think you're kind of crazy to move him into your top 60, but he's a guy. Maybe the splitter thing we mentioned, I was confused about that because I did see people talking about a splitter, but it doesn't actually show up in the data. It's like maybe being disguised as a changeup or something like that. But we need more information on that. But you said he's added a pitch. He's got a whole year of starting under his belt. Maybe learned some lessons. I don't know. I don't think I would go for it because I would just more lean into what happened last year. But someone to watch, maybe a much better season this year. So I like Patrick. I can take or leave Liberatore.
Yeah, well, he's got 6 or 7 pitches, and I think that the more bridge pitches that Libby can put between the fastball and the curveball is going to be how successful he can be. So, because that curveball was looking really good. 93, Mick Abel. Mick Abel's having a big spring. I like Mick Abel. Finally going to get a chance. The big problem with Abel through the minors has always been command. The Twins are pretty good at developing guys. Like they have a pretty good track record with pitchers, from Joe Ryan. They didn't develop Lopez, the Marlins did, but there's a ton of these Twins guys around and they've had a good track record of development. But Mick Abel in 10 innings this spring, he has 13 strikeouts and 0 walks in 10 innings. So Mick Abel has had one of the more dominant springs of any pitcher.
Yeah, check this out. Speaking of that fastball velocity data I had, it's coming. He is second to Emerson Hancock. Shout out to Emerson Hancock. And 4-seam swinging strike this spring. 55 4-seamers, 15 whiffs, 96.5 miles an hour. Velo, 27.3 swinging strike rate, 60% strike rate. That is a great start, you would have to say. There have been many spring mirages in the past, guys that dominate in the spring, and it doesn't carry through. But better to be doing this kind of stuff than the opposite. So Abel is pushing Taj Bradley for that 5th spot in the rotation. If he's going to make it, he's definitely one of these guys, last round flyer. See if you've got yourself a gold nugget. And if you have to cut him, it's no problem. So I like it.
No problem, man. Wrong one. Okay, there we go. 94, Noah Cameron. That's a dot guy. Cameron's solid. Again, one of these like number 3 ties. Matthew Boyd, I think he's going to be worse next year or this upcoming year than last year. Jose Soriano,
Matt Boyd is like an American trader after last night. He almost cost us the game against Mexico. Pathetic.
Yeah, you see Randy Rosarena is mad at Cal Raleigh now.
Yeah, drama.
Yep. 97, Brady Singer. So we got a bunch of these like mid-rotation guys here. Not as much upside. I guess the upside between all these guys is like Cameron and Soriano. Soriano throws ball hard.
Otanu. You got to give him the shout out for Otanu leagues.
Yeah,
total stud.
He's awesome. Yeah, he's awesome for Otanu leagues. Yeah. Cameron too, actually. Singer is a problem in Otanu leagues because he's okay, I guess. He pitches a lot of innings, but he gives up too many homers, and he's in Great American Small Park. 98, Jackson Wiggins. I love Jackson Wiggins. I talked about him before, that I think he's kind of on like a Cade Horton timeline. So he's already been sent down to AAA. The dude has a ridiculous fastball, one of the best fastballs in the minors, and fastballs matter. So that's the most important pitch to have. That's your setup pitch. So as long as you're not throwing it 65% of the time like Ryan Nelson, like your fastball matters. So I think Jackson Wiggins, he'll be up in May, June sometime and be really good for the Cubs down the stretch. Jacob Lopez, solid pitcher for the Athletics. Nothing special, but I like Lopez a little bit. And
Tommy John ticking time bomb is Jacob Lopez, elbow strain last year. If he has Tommy John, you can say that the MLB Data Warehouse said it first. Not rooting for that, but even if he's healthy, Jacob Lopez, like massive fly ball rate in Sacramento, not going to work out too well.
Yeah. Number 100 is Taj Bradley. So Taj Bradley, he's been around for a while. You like the stuff. He's always struck guys out, but he's had I don't know if you want to call it bad luck. He's had issues in the past. Last year, 21% K rate was obviously like his worst year last year. But he's going to Minnesota now. Again, Minnesota's really good at developing pitchers. He is going to be 25. He's still super young. Like it's easy to forget sometimes how young these guys are. Like Liberatore, like these guys have been around since they were like 21. So like, I mean, he had a 19.6 K minus walk rate in his rookie year, which is insane.
Yeah.
All the stuff is still looking good. And I thought there were rumors but I thought that he might be able to like be the closer for the Twins. They brought Taylor Rogers back. So, bring old Taylor back in town. But Taj Bradley is having a really good spring, like Mick Abel. He could make this I mean, like they're pretty deep rotation wise, even with all the trades that they made. But 23.1 K minus walk rate this spring. So he's having a pretty strong spring. And like worst case scenario, you got a high leverage reliever here because the stuff is really good. But I think he's been good enough to make the rotation this year. What do you think about Taj? Like, are you buying on some Taj?
Him and Abel are like, maybe it's something to do. Maybe those two like want to put up more numbers this spring because they're competing. I wonder if there's something to that. Like guys in competitions put better stats out in spring than guys that have their job locked in.
Well, right now they both appear to be in the rotation because I think Festa is also hurt. So right now the current rotation is projected to be Joe Ryan, Bailey Ober, Simeon Woods Richardson, Taj Bradley, and Mick Abel. So they're both projected currently for the rotation.
Really? Isn't that? Yeah. Did we lose somebody else? I thought one of them was out.
Festa is hurt. Pablo Lopez is out for the year. So obviously, and then you've got like Connor Prelip is hanging around. Connor Prelip could take a spot if they wanted to get a lefty in there. So like he's hanging around, and then you've got Kendry Rojas. Zebby. Where's Zebby? They got Zebby. Yeah. That's crazy. All right, yeah. So you got Zebby still in the mix, and then you still have Kendry Rojas too, and Connor Prelip. So like, if Taj wins the job, then like I wouldn't be surprised. They could even go 6-man. I mean, like they really could with all these young guys. Like they probably would actually benefit some of these younger guys, and it might benefit Joe Ryan coming back from injury and Bailey Ober coming back from injury if they went 6-man.
Yeah, but probably most likely somebody's going to get left out. I think Ryan, Ober, and Woods Richardson are locked in, so it's something to watch in camp.
Yeah, SWR also having a good spring. So next 10 here, that's worth through 100. 101, Braxton Garrett. Braxton Garrett's also looked pretty good, I think, this spring coming back. I always liked Braxton Garrett. Talk about guys who always overperformed what their metrics were, but that's because he never had a good fastball. He only throws like 90 miles an hour. Look at this spring, 92.6 on the fastball velocity. That's the most he's like ever had because his fastball usually averages like 90 miles an hour. But Braxton Garrett's always been a big breaker guy, like really good breakers. So I'm a fan of Braxton Garrett coming back. Marlins, it's a great place to pitch. They're great at developing pitchers coming back. They got a lot of depth, so they can kind of limit his innings total. 102, Jack Perkins.
Command for Garrett. He had a 2% walk rate. Okay. That was in the 7 starts before he got hurt. 4% walk rate in 2023. It was like him and George Kirby. We were betting a lot of under walks bets in 2023. Those were pretty profitable. And it was like him and Kirby, like, let's bet under 0.5 walks and get like 3-1. It was great. But I think that's something to watch. Like, good that the velo's up. It's not all the time you get the command back after Tommy John. So watch his walk rate number as we go.
Yeah. He had 3+ breakers. Like literally, like this is a dude where the fastball is a negative, but the slider, curve, and changeup were all plus pitches. Like it's interesting. If you can spot the fastball, if you can just throw it for good locations, and then like you have 3+ breakers, that's pretty solid. It can work. So 102, Jack Perkins. Jack Perkins was really good last year metrically. Played up in the pen. It'll be interesting to see if he's healthy. I like Jack Perkins a lot. Really good season in the minors too. So he's an older dude, so not really on a lot of prospect radars because he was like 25 last year. Going to be 26 this year. He's having a rough spring, so you don't like that. That might mean he is going to be slated for the bullpen. But I kind of like his stuff. Interesting name to watch because I think there's a lot under the hood that I like with Jack Perkins. 103 Cutter Crawford. You got anything on Cutter Crawford coming back to Boston?
You might just grab some saves with Perkins too if he does go in the bullpen. I think he was kind of the closer for a little bit.
Yeah, who's their closer? Sterner. I mean, Justin Sterner's the closer.
Yeah. Cutter Crawford. I don't know. We haven't seen him in a long time. He was a fly ball dude. He was like giving up tanks, home runs all the time. But other than that, he was okay. Other than giving up 2 home runs per 9 innings, like can't really overcome that. I don't know. He's going to go to AAA, right? There's no way he's in.
Cutter? No way, man. Unless he's still recovering, right?
So he's one of the 5? Cutter Crawford?
Maybe he's. Let's see. He's throwing. Well, it looks like he's throwing. He's just not in games yet.
It's so Crochet, Suarez, Gray, Bello, Oviedo for roster resource, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Just another guy to block Connolly early. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's not in there right now, but
don't draft him.
It looks like he's throwing, so he might be back relatively early.
We have to get to we're going to have to. So the MLB Data Warehouse is the unofficially been dubbed the certified content crankers, and we're going to have to crank it to Richard Fitz here. I'm not going to make the joke about his name. We're not going to do that. We don't make that joke, Tim. The
Big D Fitz.
Yeah, we don't do that. It's too common. It's too easy. We're not going to make that joke. Although we're perfectly pro that kind of humor here, obviously. But Richard Fitz should be higher because he's looking really good. I always liked him before. I think his velo's up a little bit, looking good this spring, and he's certainly. Was he certainly? I don't know. Is he certainly in the Cardinals rotation? I think he's one of their top guys.
Yeah, he's better than Andre Palante. I'll tell you that. And he was hitting 99 on the fastball. So fastball, especially, has looked really good from King Richard over here. I don't know. It's like this. It's like, how loyal are the Cardinals really to Andre Palante? We've got Chaim Bloom now. I feel like Chaim Bloom is like trying to exodize. I don't know what you call it, exorcism of all the old Cardinals, like get rid of all these John Mozeliak guys that suck. Mm-hmm. He's like trying to get rid of all these guys. You got Dustin May throwing basically everyone that Chaim Bloom brings in is throwing 99. You got Brandon Clark, you got Liam Doyle, you got Dustin May throwing 99, Richard Fitz throwing 99. So every single person that Chaim Bloom has brought in has heat, and Andre Palante does not. So, I don't know. I think Fitz is going to start more games than Andre Palante this year. I'll just tell you that.
But he might not make the initial rotation.
He might not. There's a chance that, they just have so many guys and like, okay, we'll give this guy a shot due to seniority. It just depends on how loyal Bloom wants to be to some of these old Cardinals who aren't very good.
Cardinals have like 7 SP5s on their team.
Yeah. Well, also after my video yesterday of Joshua Baez hitting like a 500-foot home run, complete moonshot, and then I talked to Chaim, and I was like, Chaim, when's Joshua Baez coming up? And he turned to me and he did like the
that was really
funny. They literally sent him down right after that. So I was like, oh, did they send him down to me? Like Chaim is like, oh, I don't want to hear this the rest of the spring. Just get this guy out of here now, so we don't have to hear this crap. So I don't know. Maybe Joshua Baez was sent down because of me. Who knows? But like me saying that is like, okay, like do the Cardinals really want to win this year when you've got 2 really good draft classes in 2026 and 2027 coming up, and they're rebuilding? They might want to lose some games at the beginning of the year. Like, you don't say that. You don't say we're going to tank, but like it almost behooves them from a rebuilding perspective to just call this year lost and like get a better draft pick. And then 2027, you call all these guys up and get rid of all the crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Probably get Baez and such, like the end of year, get them that like 100 plate appearances at the end, get them ready. Yeah. What's up with Cade Cavalli? You haven't eaten my Cade Cavalli hype. It's just like, I'm very disappointed in this ranking.
I don't think he's going to pitch a lot of innings. Okay. So 105, Chris Bassett. First, Bassett's awesome. Bassett is like the best cheap old guy you can get. You can get him for nothing, and he does the same thing every year. Like his whip always sucks, but you're gonna get an under 4 ERA, and you're gonna get a 128, 130 whip or something like that. And you're gonna get some Ks because he always pitches 180 innings. You say Kikuchi, kind of the same deal. Old guy, he's gonna be okay. Cade Cavalli. Okay, here's your guy, Cavalli. I just don't think he's gonna pitch enough innings, man. I think he's gonna be good. I really liked him when he's a prospect, big time fastball. So I always liked him as a prospect. Last year, though, only an 18.3% K rate. Oof, that's rough. This spring, he's looking fire. I get it. I love it. Like, I think they already said he's going to start opening day, which is crazy. But I just don't know how many innings he's going to pitch. And
250. He's going to have 400 strikeouts.
Yeah, and so there's that.
Hey, Tim, we gotta wrap this up. I forgot I need to watch the boys. So
all right,
Cavalli's going to be absolutely busted.
So Kate Cavalli. Then we've got on here 108 David Peterson, 109 Quinn Matthews, 110 Spencer Schwellenbach. If you want the rest of the rankings, you have to buy the prospect package. Do it. Make sure you subscribe to MLB Data Warehouse. John's got to go. Peace out, everybody. We will see you next time.
Big Data Warehouse, yeah, we bring the spree. Prospects, DFS, betting strategy. John's grumpy, Tim scouting like a man possessed. Doc drafting comeback stories better than the rest. But the tools are elite and the content's free. And your fantasy trophy gonna look prestigious. ML.